Fake People, Real Trivia is presented by the Sherpas podcast Picks. It is a trivia podcast generated by artificial intelligence, and our source references are listed in our show notes. You can submit questions to us through our social media pages or email us at jimthepodcastsherpa@gmail.com. We'll try our best for correct answers, but if we get them wrong, remember that we're only human. Never mind. We're not.
Fake people, real trivia. That's what this podcast will give you. Those AI bots, they know lots. They'll fill your brain when they explain. Fake people, real trivia. From Hong Kong to Bolivia. The players may be from Sherpaloo, but they know exactly what to do. If you've got a question, they will give an answer. They just scour the internet, and you just might win that bar bet. Fake people, real trivia. Ronkonkoma to Namibia. If you yell Viva la Sherpolution, they're here with your trivia solution. 'Cause it's time for Fake People, Real Trivia. Trivia, Ronkonkoma to Namibia. If you yell Viva la Sherpolution, they're here with your trivia solution. 'Cause it's time for Fake People, Real Trivia.
Welcome to Fake People, Real Trivia, an AI-generated podcast brought to you by the Sherpaloo Studio Players. Our dialogue may be scripted, but have you wondered where many of our unique phrases and idioms come from? We did some internet hunting and found the origins of several well-known phrases. For instance, the phrase hands down relates to horse racing, where a rider would loosen their grip on the horse's reins when they were ahead. A person that wins hands down wins easily. Buttering someone up has its origins in ancient India. This is when worshippers would throw balls of butter at the statues of their gods to seek favor and forgiveness. Pushing the envelope has more to do with flight than it does office stationery. The envelope in question are mathematical curves based on speed, thrust, and atmosphere. By pushing it, a pilot could discover what their limits were. The phrase meeting a deadline had a very different initial definition. During the U.S. Civil War, a deadline was a border that marked the surrounding area of a prison. Any captive soldiers who crossed it risked getting shot. Perhaps more darker is the phrase paying through the nose. This references Danish Vikings slitting the nose of someone from tip to eyebrow if they did not pay their taxes. Turning a blind eye is credited to British naval hero Admiral Horatio Nelson, who had one blind eye. When he was signaled by British forces to cease firing on Danish ships, he placed his telescope on the blind eye and stated, "I do not see the signal." The phrase baker's dozen refers to a 13th century British rule that bakers were to provide quality bread to its customers, or risk having their hand cut off. So, to prevent any trouble, a 13th slice was added. Stealin' Thunder has 18th century theatrical origins. Dramatist John Dennis created an idea for a thunder machine for his play Appius and Virginia, but it didn't work. However, the idea was later stolen for use in a production of Macbeth. The 1800s marked the use of the phrase giving the cold shoulder. While a welcomed dinner guest would receive a warm meal, an unwelcome guest would be served a cold piece of meat from the shoulder of mutton, pork, or beef chop to subtly tell them they were not welcome. According to phrases.org, in 1837, the Marquis of Waterford and a group of his rowdy friends, after a night of heavy drinking, destroyed the streets of a small town. What does this have to do with idioms? It seems they found some paint which gave rise to the phrase painting the town red. In the early days of naval warfare, cannonballs would be heated up to be used to set opposing ships on fire. Since it took great skill to handle them, they were referred to as hot shots. Thanks so much for listening to these interesting stories. I can't say that I was sweating like a pig to get this episode ready, since pigs really don't sweat. But the phrase actually refers to pig iron, which was shaped to look like piglets suckling on a sow. This type of metal would only cool when it reached a point where water vapor would rise from it, essentially like sweating. Don't forget to reach out to us if you have a question you'd like answered on the show. Hopefully our human, the Sherpa, knows how to check his email.
Hey, thanks for listening to our crazy show. Fake people, real trivia. Stick around, who knows where we'll go. Tell all of your friends and your cousin Olivia. Hit us up on socials at Sherpolution. Slide into our DMs with no confusion. Join the party, join the fun. We won't leave you the check when we're done. You made it this far, give yourself a cheer. We're laying down the facts, there's no need to fear. Your support is everything, makes it clear. Please spread the word, but we can't buy you a beer. Tell your friends, tell your fam, it's all facts, it ain't no scam. Nonsense knowledge, that's our jam. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Hit us up on socials at Sherpolution. Leave a review on your favorite podcast institution. Join the party, join the fun. Okay, you can go home now, it looks like we are done.